you guys did the lightning and the rainy day comparison. Today we're looking at we're gonna be talking about gardens. Okay. So does anybody here think they can give me a definition of what a garden is? Garden. Hannah.
A place with lots of flowers.
Okay, so she's thinking it's a place, and is it pretty?
Yes.
Oh, it's pretty. It's got lots of flowers. Okay, I like those kind of gardens. I have a bunch of those gardens, Hannah. What else?
A place where you can grow fruits and vegetables.
So are they? Is Hannah's place with a flower? Is that called a garden?
Yes.
Is Avery's place with fruits and vegetables called a garden?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So how do we come up with a definition that's going to include all of those things? Yeah.
It's where you grow lots of plants, which can be flowers and fruits and vegetables.
Okay. It's a place where we're going to grow plants or fruits or vegetables or flowers. Okay. So it's a place where we're growing things. Okay. Anna.
A large field where you plant.
A large field.
Where you plant.
Okay, large field. Now, I have a flower garden, but I don't have a large field. So, can gardens be in large fields?
Yes.
Where else could they be?
Not in Africa. They could be like a garden could just be like with like one flower in like a pot.
Oh, you could have a garden just in some type of a container, right? Could it? You could grow.
We're growing mustard and something else in there.
Oh, so you guys have mini gardens here in your classroom, right? All right. Okay, I want you to talk with the person sitting next to you, Andrew. I think you're going to have to move over. And I want you to talk just a minute or two about what you think a community garden is. With the person next to you at your table, you're going to have about 2 minutes. What do you think a community garden is?
I think
A community garden is a place where a bunch of people live. So a community garden would be one garden that all the people in that area pitch in. And what I think is a community that yeah. And so like we could have fruits, vegetables, plants, and then we could have special flowers. Because everyone would help make it. Yeah. Because there aren't that many community gardens. I have seen one or two, and I've seen
Okay, about 30 more seconds.
vanilla.
All right, 10 seconds, and then everyone should be back. 5, 4, 3, 2. Raise your hand if your group wants to share what they think the community garden is. We're going to make a little bit of a list here. Community garden. Let's see, Madison.
A community garden is a community is where a bunch of people live in the same area. So we thought a community garden is where all those people that live in that area help to make a garden that they all work with.
Okay, so I'm trying to write down some of the key things that you're saying. So you said it's a bunch of people that help
Grow a garden.
grow a garden. Okay. Is there another group that would like to add to that? Tara.
And they get to share and like since they help, they get to also pick the vegetables and make them.
Okay, so if you help, so what he was saying was if people help, they get to share. If people help in the garden.
They get to share the results.
They
Get to share the outcome.
get to share the outcome. Nice words. To share the results or the outcome. So what would the results or the outcome be, do you think? What, for example? Fruits, veggies, flowers?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other important things that we haven't listed yet?
It's like a public garden that everyone gets to share.
So is it I heard you say the word public. So where, what does that mean, public?
Like I don't know how to explain it.
What's the opposite of public?
I don't know. Hello.
If you went to a public
We're going to a
pool,
public pool.
it's local, and what would the opposite of a public pool be? Can anybody tell me the word?
Private.
Private. So if you have public versus private, what does public mean? I like that word. It's the opposite of private. So private means what?
Private means like no one can use it besides the people that own it.
Oh, okay. So you have to own it in order to use it. But the public means that it's open to everybody. Good. I like that word. Did you have anything else to add? Okay, so it's public. It's open to everybody. Okay.
I want to make a garden now.
Anything else, Scarlett?
Like it's for everyone to look at.
Okay. Keep going.
Flowers. Like it's for a lot of people to look at.
Okay. So public, open everybody to view.
And also there's like there's a shake place, Orange Street, another place, and there's like a public garden right next to it, and like it's for everyone to look at, and yeah, so there's music place and then public garden
To walk in and look at. That's a neat idea. Right in Portsmouth? I think I've been there.
Yeah.
I think I've been there. All right, John Joe, you've been waiting.
a community that gardens.
Oh, you're saying, okay, it is a community of people?
The plants that grow seeds in the ground.
That's not all you do, George.
I know how to
Water the plants and tell all the
You have to water, you have to what?
water the
Okay. Okay.
Get
So he can stay absent.
feed.
He did that yesterday.
Feed.
All right.
Yeah, he can stay away and then.
Okay, so the definition that they've given us is very similar to what you guys have done here. You guys have a great understanding here of the community garden. They said a community garden is a garden that many people in our community or neighborhood create and they take care of together to grow the plants such as fruits and vegetables. And I think that you guys have done a pretty good job of listing all of that. All right?
And if you take a fruit, then you have to plant another one.
Now,
So-
if you personally were going to grow a garden, okay?
Yeah.
You think about this in your head. You have your own space. If you personally were going to grow a garden, what would you want in your garden?
Beautiful flowers that make salads and
Oh, beautiful flowers and fruits and vegetables. Anna.
lilac.
Oh, and lilacs.
I love lilacs.
I don't have a lilac bush, but a house next to me has a lilac bush, which I get to smell. I love it. Hannah.
I would grow a lot of tomatoes.
You like
I
tomatoes?
to just pick them off and go inside and cut the top out and just put salt.
Salt, and has anybody else ever just eaten a tomato like that, just fresh? They're delicious. Okay, Amanda? What would you? Roses. Those are beautiful. Roses.
I will grow blueberry bushes and sunflowers.
Blueberry bushes and sunflowers. All right, I want you to turn to the person that you were talking to before, and I want you guys to think about tell each other what you would plant in your garden.
Okay. I would plant salad, lots of vegetables, and some fruits, and I plant irises, I would probably grow potatoes too. I wish my mom had written down her potato recipes. I would bring some potatoes, make a potato
Right on them. Oh, you do that. Right on them. Oh, so now
Okay, we're going to make a list of some of the items, some of our favorite items that we wanted to put in our garden. So we're going to make a list. Let's try to maybe about 10. Hopefully we can get to 10. So if somebody says yours, then we don't have to say it again, okay? All right, Sienna.
Do you say one or two?
Why don't you do one?
I want plant tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Okay. John Joe.
Apples to make apple pie.
Ooh.
And pumpkins.
Apples.
And all the pies.
All right. Cheyenne. Roses. Hannah. Oh.
Peonies.
Peonies? Peonies are a flower. They're beautiful. Okay. Yeah. Tyler.
Rhododendron tree.
Oh, rhododendrons.
What's that? It's a giant tree, like a bush.
I don't know if I'm
filled
spelling that.
with beautiful flowers.
I might have messed that spelling up, but I know
I have
what
no
it
clue
is.
how to spell it.
Lily. Orange peppers. Can you tell me what those are? Okay, so like the yellow and the red ones, those bell peppers. Really? Cool. Okay, so peppers, and specifically, she wants orange ones.
I have the perfect one.
Okay. We're gonna run out of space here.
I want sunflowers.
Sunflowers.
Dandelions are weeds.
Oh. But you can eat dandelions.
What? You can eat dandelions?
True.
But some people do eat dandelion leaves, right?
Yeah.
I eat
I want
plants.
corn.
I eat plants. Like
Okay. I'm running out of space. You haven't even hit my favorite. Okay.
I'm a blackberry.
Blackberry.
Oh, come on.
Still not my favorite.
Blackberry.
John Joe?
Well, actually
Oh, he did. I apologize. That's my fault. That's not
I know I would take a tree and then grab some of my mom's money and grab some of my older sister's money.
That's not
and grab some of my
real.
dad's
corn. Corn. We're gonna go past that, obviously. All right, everybody can share once. So if you haven't shared, if you've already shared, we can't share again. Okay. We're gonna go with these 6 hands that are left.
Green grapes.
Green grapes. So I'm just gonna write grapes. Next, Andrew.
Lady slippers.
Lady
Oh,
slippers.
Flowers.
Uh, I'm trying to write sideways. This is not working very well. Sorry. I have 4 more. Wait, so these are the 4? Okay, yep. Those are my favorites.
I
Love it.
I almost said that, but I wanted to do grapes.
Flowers.
Everything right is down. That was one of my favorite things I wanted to do.
3 more. Hannah. Watermelon. Magnolias.
Is that a flower?
Yes.
Yes.
We have a good dive back.
And last one, Brady.
Hey.
Oh, wait. Okay, Brady and then Anna. Anna, you haven't already shared?
No.
Okay, I thought you did a flower. All right, Brady.
Carrots.
Carrots. Oh, good one.
Carrots.
And Anna.
Lilac.
Lilac. Okay.
I don't like watermelon.
I love it.
Show you.
I don't either. I don't like watermelon either.
Okay, I'm gonna put up a list on the board here, and I'm gonna blow this up. We're gonna talk about things that need to be in a garden or can be in a garden that we haven't talked about. We've been talking about the things that we're gonna grow, and now here's a list of things that can be part of a garden. And you can see specifically they have a community garden there. We have the garden, we have planter boxes, a tool shed, a walkway or a path, we have fencing, and we have weeds.
Why would we need weeds?
We don't need weeds.
So those are some of the things that parts of a community garden, all right? And then underneath we have descriptions for parts of a garden. We have planter boxes. Planter boxes are wooden boxes used to grow plants above ground. And I have a picture here I'm going to show you. I actually have some of these in my backyard. So, and there's several good things about planter boxes. The reason why we put them in our backyard, they sit on top of the soil so that the soil that you put inside of the box after you build this frame, you can control that soil easier if it's contained. I can put nutrients and good earth into that container. So I have a little more control if it's in a container. And also, I can kind of control the area I'm watering and weeding. So these are container gardens. That's one of our things, planter boxes. We also have tool sheds, a small building for storing tools, a walkway or a path, a clear or open area for walking where no plants can go. And then fencing. You guys all know what fencing is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to talk again at your table. I want you to talk again about, for a few minutes, about why you would want some of those things and why you might not want some of those things in your community garden. Okay? So take a look at the list. And think about what things you would want in your community garden and what things would you not want in your community garden. Right?
I probably wouldn't want to weeds because they could end up
Because they are bad for the plants and everything.
I don't think we should take a walkway or a path because we should use that. Some plants have to be able to get plants around their roots. And a walkway or a path is stuck
Or annoying kids that play outside all the time.
I know, but you should be in a
Oh my god. I don't even want to know how many times they have to speak at them per day. 30 times just to get off our planet.
Yeah, fencing is good. Because dirt, because like bunnies will eat your dirt stuff.
One more minute.
I would keep the planter boxes because I would like really important stuff like fruits and vegetables in planter boxes because you never know what's going into the soil or the real earth. You don't know if it's going to affect your garden or not.
Oh, yeah, that one's on one side and the other.
Okay, let's bring it up. Back up front, eyes back up front. All right, did anybody want to share what the things they thought they would definitely want, maybe even need to have in their community gardens? Things that you want or things that you might need?
Fencing.
Fencing. Can you tell me why?
Because like squirrels or something might come into the garden.
So fencing to keep animals out? Okay. Did anybody else agree that they wanted fencing? Was there a different reason why you wanted fencing?
Yes.
Okay. So your community garden has to have a garden in it. Good thinking. Good thinking. All right. So that one was very important. So right now we have garden and we have people that are going to definitely want a fence. What else? Part.
We need a greenhouse because then it'll prevent like all the animals and the stuff.
Oh, that could.
Greenhouse? That's not up there.
I know, but that's a good idea though.
But that is a great idea. What is a greenhouse and why would it have helped, Tart?
Because then like
What is it first?
it's like a room where you can grow plants and it's like a
Can you give me an example of one that might be really close by?
well, my grandma has
Outside the window. We have a greenhouse out here on our playground, so we kind of have an advantage of knowing what that is. And what does it do, Tart?
well, it doesn't allow animals in.
Okay, so it keeps the animals out. What else?
And it keeps the plants warm.
Ah, how come?
So then
Yeah, that's important. How come it stays warm? Is it heated? Insulated. How does it get warm? Do you have the answer to that? Yeah. Okay. Is it humidity? What helps that?
it's the greenhouse Like a teeny one.
I don't know if there is an hours. I don't know if there is an hours.
But usually there.
All right, so if we had the capability, it would be nice to have a greenhouse, right? But that wasn't one of the things on the list. But I do think it's a good idea, Tara. All right, what else? Tess. Planter boxes. So those were right here. Why were those important to you, Tess? Tomato cages. They've given these a name. Okay. So, and we had mentioned those before with the fencing too. Tomato cages would help. And you're saying that you want those in your boxes to help support the plant? Okay. Why else are planter boxes important? Anna?
Because you don't know what's going into the soil of our actual earth, so you have more control, like you said, and you know what's going into your planter box because you're putting it there. Because you don't know if the stuff in the real earth could hurt the plant, hurt the way they're growing.
Right. So that kind of leads us to what things we don't want in our garden, right? Were there things that you guys talked about that you didn't want to be in our garden?
Their roots, and connected to the plant's roots, so that makes the plants die. But also, I don't want planter boxes in mine because they get me mixed up. Like I tried to weed around the plant, and it was just hard because I did it down on the knees and in the soil, and they're not plants dirty and quite weed the plant because the weeds were all around the plant.
Oh, they were in. So your problem with the planter box maybe was that it was too big, and you couldn't get to the middle of it without getting really dirty. So what would if you had to put in planter boxes? What would you do to change that so that
Kind of skinny.
make your planter boxes a little bit skinnier so you could reach all the areas?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go into the plants more closer to the side.
All right. A couple more ideas, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
I don't want children in it
Oh, Hannah says no children. Why, Hannah?
because they might step on the plants because they don't care.
They don't
Okay.
know, because they don't know it's
Let's say that there was a rule that anybody could go in no matter how old they were. How could you make it so that they wouldn't step on your plants?
Make very tall fences.
You would make
No, you can't go there.
You would make tall
Ginger.
fences. So what would be important to you on this list?
Fencing.
Fencing,
Oh, I know.
A walkway, a path.
a walkway, or a path. Good. So if you had a specific area that you could say you have to stay on the path, right? And then that way, hopefully, they would stay off of your plants. All right. We only have a couple
But
of
no,
more.
that's so
Megan,
Bugs,
Our
like
neighborhood
tomato
would never
snails.
listen.
you want bugs?
No, I don't want
She
them.
does not want. So we're back to the things we definitely don't want. We don't want weeds, and we do not want
Bugs.
bugs. What kind of bugs?
Like tomato snails.
Snails,
Yes.
tomato worms, hornworms. Yep. Locusts. Okay, so we don't want bugs in our boxes. No bugs and no weeds.
Except for like
Ladybugs.
dragonflies.
Oh,
too,
ladybugs
and
are okay. And
dragonflies.
dragonflies are okay?
And bees. Hornets.
And bees are okay.
Hornets and bees.
Is that if
Because hornets get rid of needles and all that, as well as bees.
So some insects are okay.
Yeah, it's like food web.
Okay.
Vulnerable.
Sienna, these are my last four. Sienna, Anna, Tess, and Tarek. And then we're going to have to wrap it up.
I was gonna say that we need walkway or pathway because then you can like walk around the garden or the community garden to see all the things, so you don't have to look through the window.
So another reason for the importance of paths. So we have two reasons why paths are important. One, so that people don't walk on the plants. And two, so that you can walk all the way around to get to everything.
Yeah, and like maybe you can water the plants easier.
Yeah, so you can water the plants easier. Good. All right, Anna.
I think the walkway or paths and fencing is good because you could use those two to like you could do a walkway or path and then on the side you could use the fencing.
Good. Good. Tess, and then Tarek.
Planter boxes, even though it says wooden boxes to grow plants above ground, you could do like ones that grow underneath the ground, like potatoes and carrots.
Oh, yeah.
Because it grows underneath. It goes underneath.
Those grow downward.
And then you have to pull them out. So I think it would be a lot easier. It would be easier if you did ones that.
All right, so she's going to use her planter boxes for things that grow downward rather than
Like
upward.
carrots.
Like carrots, potatoes, she said. Okay?
Potatoes.
Tarek's turn.
Okay, I think with going with Anna L's idea, like the no children, there could be, and if the children kept like stepping on the plants instead of the walkway, you could put like sort of a door that went like this and it would be locked, and like the parent would have a key to open it and they could take care of the plants.
So they would have to go in with a parent that way. They would have to be supervised by a
Yeah,
parent.
but this would be like locked here where they can step on the plants, but the parent has a key to open it and take care of the plants.
All right. So children can go in, but there's a protection that only adults can. An adult will have to be there in order for the kid to get to the plants. A children's lock. Child-proof, right?
Yeah.
All right, last comment, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
There should be one weed that should be in the garden, dandelions, because their roots, go deep into the ground. And when it's really rainy, it spreads out, but when it's not so rainy, it swells up, but it makes holes for worms and worms.
Okay, and you were the one that wanted the dandelions earlier, right? So he's saying that some things that we consider, some plants that we might consider weeds, for example, dandelions, oftentimes we consider them weeds because they grow in our yard, our grass. And there are a lot of people that don't want dandelions in their grass. But he's saying that, in his opinion, that plant, the dandelion plant, can also be helpful. And so he wants to have dandelions in his. And like I mentioned, I do think that there is, I do think you can eat the leaves.
Yeah, you can.
So that might be beneficial. All right, does everybody think that they have a pretty good understanding of these terms now?
Yes.
Okay, this afternoon when we go on with our next portion of the Smarter Balance testing, you're going to be thinking about a community garden and the things that you want in your community garden, what's going to be important for you to put in there, and what you're going to try to keep out. All right, and that information is that you're going to use that information when you are working this afternoon. You have a little bit of a break right now. Yeah.
Is the afternoon test going to be on the computer?
It is. Yes. Similar to when we learned about the thunderstorms, and then when we had a discussion about thunderstorms, and then when we went to our computers, it was all about thunder, lightning, and thunder and stuff. So it's similar to that. Today when you go to your computers, there will be some questions about community garden.